Many drivers call Monaco their home. So I'm sure he's going to want to put on a good show today while I'm driver vehicle meeting. 78 laps in order to achieve 2060 kilometers.
Go crazy. Crazy.
Those medical pills all push me over. I kill my fill 3 times a day. These ethanol fumes won't make me sober. One flame to take the pain away. I caught you lighting matches in the back room. Haters look mad when they pass you. Let's talk about around when it's past due. Reach a glass, do no. You don't gotta fight alone. You don't gotta fight control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. Control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. No relation. We got no relation. No relation. It's crazy. And it goes like
with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Oh man. Alright everyone. Sorry for that. A little bit of a local emergency. Had to go fix that. So we'll have a quick cut straight into qualifying. Okay, so bear the intro. As usual, thank you for tuning in to the AFR Tier 1 broadcast. We are doing round 6 today here at the infamous Monaco. As usual, I am Kunai Zero and with me is Red Panda.
Hey all.
Alright, so we start and we see Matsot has lost his end plate coming through the swimming pool. So he'll have to go into the pits and get that resolved. So we have, let's see, Revo has set his time. 1:08.472. Mick out with a 1:09.854, and Gus Rules with a 1:10.6. They make out the top 3. And as the rest of the time start to pour in, Red Panda, tell me, what are your predictions? What are you looking for
Well,
in tonight's race?
Reva's been putting in so much time on this track. I reckon he's gonna run away with it as per usual. But I don't know. I reckon we'll see a very tight battle in the midfield, although very hard to overtake at Monaco.
Yes, indeed. So Monaco, of course, is one of those infamous tracks. Ones like Silverstone and Monza, just an iconic location on the F1 calendar. Of course, very notorious for being a city track, which means not a lot of room to overtake. And of course, not a track fully dependent on DRS, only one DRS zone coming out of the final corner, the Raskas combination corner onto the main straight. So it's one of those tracks where track position is everything, and the qualifying session is really where the majority of the work gets done. And then of course when you fall into the race, it means that all that hard work in qualifying, as long as you can keep your car on the track and off the walls, you should end up with a solid performance. So as you were saying about Revo, he has been putting a lot of practice onto this track this week. And he's very, very confident. Words from the man himself. He said that he's very, very confident with his race performance. However, he's still trying to extract more time from his qualifying performance. He reckons that if he can pull off a 1:07, then he'll be happy. So already at a 1:08.4, we'll see how much more he can extract from the car moving forward today. I don't know about times. Just give me a sec, guys. There we go. All dry. Okay, no worries. Easy fix. So it will be an all dry race, so we won't have anything like rain or anything to confuse us here. And another thing I better point out is we have 20 cars on the grid.
At Monaco
That's
as well.
Awesome. I think that is the first time we've had a full grid race this season. I want to say that. I might have to
I want to say that too, but I think Australia was at full grid.
Oh, might have been. Actually, yeah, Australia might have been full grid. Yeah, you might be right. Okay, so let me have a quick look here. We have 12 drivers that have put in time. So Revo's still at the front. Mikau has slotted into that second position with a 109.854. Potsy with a 110.4. And Bandcamp comes across with a 110.6. At the bottom there, Nut with a 125.9. So he's obviously going up for a warm-up. T-Mac with a 112.2. Now, T-Mac was saying that he was having a couple of issues with this track, but I think that he nailed out, he was ironing out some of those issues just before practice session, before this session. So
Yeah, he's just got a problem with just making the whole track flow through the sectors and just getting max amount of time.
yeah, so hopefully he'll be able to make that work in his favour. What else we got here? So we're still waiting on just less than half of the grid to make a lap. Now, I'm not sure what's going on here, but Lotus is out of the lobby. So is Shrimp, and Smitty has been disqualified. So I wasn't here for that. What did you see?
He was. He was parked at Santa Vault, parked dangerous position.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, so that'll be unfortunate for him. He'll have to start at the back. Matt in the chat, T-Mac is struggling with tyre temps as well. It looks like that seems to be an issue with a lot of drivers. So setup becomes quite important here at Monaco because a lot of the track is very, very fast and those tyres will balloon. And it'll cause massive issues if you don't get that right. So I believe Band was saying that 2 stops are faster around here, but only because of the nature of the track. But we'll have to see how that evolves here in Tier 1 and then of course at Tier 2. Which hopefully you guys stick around for. So Apollo comes in, obviously his lap not working so well. Revo came across there with a 108.443, getting closer and closer to that 107 point. Let's jump on board with Bandcamp.
If I'm right, I think the strategy here is a soft to hard, but you can make the soft to mediums work if your degradation's good enough.
Oh, okay. So Bandcamp crosses the line there on his flying lap. Let's jump on board with the Renault driver. We'll see how well he can manoeuvre himself around this course. Of course, the famous casino section up through Massenet. Keep this left wall. Nice sharp turn, and then you move your way down into the Mirabeau section. Then hard on the brakes through the gears. But of course, being careful because any time you hit these walls, you end up turning into a real-life pinball. And that's not what you want, especially not around here. All right, in through Portier. Proceeding to the tunnel. A full sprint all the way down into the Novelle chicane. A section that does catch some of these drivers out because of how fast the technical section is. So this corner right there, just outside that chicane, is one that a lot of drivers have to watch out for because it is easy to corner cut and therefore invalidate your lap. Now through Tabak and the swimming pool, he is up on his time by about 2 tenths. So Bandcamp looking at an improvement. Currently sitting at a 110.6. We'll see what happens. Down into first gear. Prepping around that final corner into the DRS section. And we'll probably cross the line in the a 110.4. So it is an improvement, but not one that will jump him in the standing. So he will stay 8th.
It's so hard to find time here. When you just know your lap's on it. It could be setup related, but it's just so hard to find time.
This track is not for the faint of heart, but that is what makes it so interesting to see these drivers, especially our Tier 1 drivers, who are obviously of the more talented bunch here at AFR, as we are on board with Matt Mikau. He makes his way down into the Mirabeau hairpin. Now, Mikau had some strong pace I saw throughout the week. Here at Monaco, we'll see how much he can improve. Currently sitting with a 109.8, which has got him in 4th. And I mean, his performance throughout this season has been pretty spectacular. And I'm definitely keeping it up there with Revo. Oh, and he hits the wall at the chicane! And that spun him around. Luckily, Potsy's able to get out of the way. But luckily for him, he caught the rear tyre. And so no damage at all. He'll be able to drive that off.
He got so lucky there. Just nicked it.
We'll see if I can have a look at that on the replay. No, unfortunately I caught it too late. So I have to get quicker on that button. Alright, so that's one of the funny things that hopefully hopefully F1 2020 will fix. You can't really get rear tyre damage. You can get punctures, but you can't get, like if you hit your front tyre, it folds in, that's it, race over. But you can't get that in anything to do with the rear. You can't do it with the rear wing, can't do it with the rear tyres. So that's kind of a shame. So hopefully, in F1 2020 we get a better damage model for that, because that'll just make it way more interesting for us watching.
Even floor damage, that would bring a whole new aspect of
floor damage would be hilarious, actually. All right, so on board with the championship leader, Revo here. Everyone knows he always pulls out stellar performances. Let's see if he can break into that 107 barrier. Up through Massenet into Casino. Almost said Chicago for some weird reason. Alright, there we go. Now hopefully the BWT is out of the way. Yes, he is. So, shouldn't impede Revo at all. Now down into the Mirabeau hairpin. Into Portier. Then down through the tunnel. Have unimpeded access now. Completely clear track for him all the way to the end. Let's see what he can do. So, has to be careful with the lock up here on the Nouvelle chicane. Still hits it on that front left. We'll see how much. Oh! Into the wall! And that is his race. That is his qualifying session done. Revo into the wall.
Oh no.
And maybe I cursed him on that. But as I said, the chicane is where people lock up. And you tend to get those issues. Let's jump on board with the replay. We should have a pretty good thing. So as you can see, coming down to the Nouvelle chicane, hits the lock up and then hits that Pirelli sign. And smashes him right into the corner there. And unfortunately, that is the qualifying session over for Revo. Now, the only real good thing out of this is... I'm sorry. Is that Pacey in a McLaren?
Yes, Pacey is in the McLaren replacement combined for this race.
Oh my god. Okay. I did not realise Pacey was in this. That is awesome to see. Welcome back. What was I saying? Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, the only benefit of Revo, of course, is he has set quite a fast time. It's a 108.4. So that's probably safe.
There's not a lot of people that can get into the 8s, let alone an 8.4.
Yeah, that's probably safe. If I had to say, I think we're okay on that one. But we'll see, I guess. So there have been some updates, of course. Now 17 drivers with time. So Major Payne has set one as a 1:10.8. Jacob Master with a 1:10.7. Bandcamp's all the way down in 12th. So hopefully, with the mistake that Revo made there, he'll be able to bump up just a little bit to get some better track position for the Renaults. But I'm pretty sure that Revo will be safe there with a 108.4. Revo in the chat there, still way off on what I can do. I was 2:10. So yeah, as I was saying to him, Ron Revo, look, I've seen you obviously in practice throughout this week, and I know you can do better. But obviously, that Nouvelle chicane, very, very hard on that front left. Obviously, with the lock-up, you couldn't quite get the car turned in, and of course, that's put you in the wall. So that's unfortunate, but let's be fair, man. 108.4, that's still pretty good. So we see Potsy here. Now, Potsy, one of these drivers that has a lot of talent, but is plagued by bad internet. However, it seems that the hotspot of his has fixed those issues. So not only is it better for him, it's better for everyone else racing. So this is good. It's good to see that alleviated, and hopefully we'll be able to see an even better performance from him today. Currently sitting fourth with a 109.5 as he makes his way through the tunnel. Now again, into that infamous Nouvelle chicane. Ooh, a little bit of a lock up there, but it shouldn't shunt him too left. No, he manages to miss that barrier. Now we'll move his way through Sector 2, round to Buck. Is it low? Yes, it is. It's by about a 10th. As long as he doesn't clog the rest of this lap, it should be good. Now in through Rascasse. The hard combination corners here, because you go down on those gears. And this is another thing where setup comes into it, because you want to make sure as he crosses the line with a 109.3, puts himself in second. Great job there from McLaren.
Potsy's been showing some really amazing pace in these last two races.
Yeah, definitely. And that's good to see, and hopefully he can improve on that time a little bit more. I think there's a little bit of time to find. We've only got 2 minutes 20 left in the qualifying session, but we'll see. As we see about 1, 2, 3, there's about 7 or 8 drivers on their outlap now. which is considered fairly busy here at Monaco. But yeah, sorry, as I was saying, through that Rascasse section, so a lot of these corners here in Monaco are low gear corners. The Rascasse section into the main straight, you've got the Mirabeau chicane, the Mirabeau hairpin, sorry. And that's where the on and off differential comes into play, because when you go down at such low speeds, that locked off differential, if you've got that more over to the locked side, you tend to get a lot of oversteer when you hit those low gears. So there's a fine balance you got to find, especially here at Monaco, so you don't end up bumping the back end of your car into those barriers. As we see Flyboy making his way ready for his flying lap. We'll see what the Racing Point driver can do. His teammate has set a 1:11.9 and is currently on an outlap, so we'll see what he can do later on. But hopefully Flyboy sitting in fourth can improve. The only people that have beat him so far are Revo, Potsy and Seb. This guy's was there off to the side of the track. So into sector 1, and it's not looking good. He is 2/10 down on his time. Finding 2/10 already as he's going through the Mirabeau chicane is pretty hard. He's just going to pull over, so Flyboy knows that that did not quite work out the way that he wanted. Let's jump on board with Bandcamp, who's just crossed the line. Moving up through Casino here. So he's currently sitting 9th, up from 12th with a 1:09.94. And looks like he's going to call it as well. As Apollo moves past. Actually, let's jump on board with Apollo. Locking up that front left. So it's going pretty gangbusters down through Mirabeau. As we're watching this, I'll just like to point out that, so obviously AFR here, we are testing with multiple platform streaming to give you guys options here at home, and I can see that at least one person is on every single...
Watch that rear left, Apollo. He gets really close to touching that wall.
Oh, he hits the back! And that's what I mean, he just turned into a real-life pinball. And that's going to cost him, and there's no more time left, so basically everybody on a flying lap is where they are. Let's jump on board with Flyboy, who's making his way around the track now, but he's still down on his time by 1/10. Paula Popsy retires from the session, so he will stay 17th.
They have to watch that rear. They have to watch that rear going through Rascasse too. Big chance of hitting it.
So Seb crosses the line with a 1:09.3. He will stay 3rd. So Flyboy and Mikau are both on laps. Greeny comes across the line, 1:10.1. That'll give him 11th. Looks like both Ferraris will be next to each other. Oh! Did Flyboy cancel that out, or did it get impeded? I'm not sure. Mikau is retired from the session, so he starts 6th. And I have to admit, the grid is not at all as I expected.
There's a lot of people just so close together in times.
There is. The times are very, very close together. So let's have a quick overview. So Revo did keep that pole position with the 1:08.4. Potsy with a great drive, 1:09.3. That puts him in a second. Seb filling up that 3rd position with a 1:09.36. And Flyboy filling up the second slot of the second row of the grid with a 1:09.48. Good job from everyone else there. It's unfortunate for Smitty, who did get DQ'd. Lotus and Shrimp not putting in a time, so they'll start in 18th.
Shrimp had a qualifying ban.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, right. I didn't know that. So Shrimp with a qualifying ban, so he'll have to start back there.
Not sure about Lotus though.
Okay, so if no one spins at exit of turn 1, I will eat my hat. Real quick, define the hat. Is it any hat? Can we define a minimum size? Does it have to be of hat material, or can it be a chocolate hat? Because I've made that bet before, and that's how I got out of it. I just got a bakery to make me a chocolate hat. True story.
Bunning straw hat. How about that?
Ooh, a bunning straw hat. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Bogan spaghetti. Woo!
Maybe might have 10, but you know.
Lotus crashed out, I believe. Okay, fair enough. Obviously, not. I wasn't present for that, but I'll take your word for it. A MAGA hat. Oh, that's even worse, man. That's even worse, because you just know. It's probably made in China, so you're going to get coronavirus while eating it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, boy. All right. So we have 20 people on the grid. This is going to be one hell of a race And for all of you out there with young kids, today is brought to you by the letter S. And today's word is safety car. Because I feel like we're going to be seeing that. Admittedly, that is 2 words. I do get that. But
I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be awesome.
This should be good. Look, we usually have pretty good races here at AFR. The Tier 1 guys know what's up. They know to give each other space. However, it is Monaco. It is turn 1. And track position here is everything. So you know that they're going to come out completely 110% off the gate. So hopefully we won't see too much chaos, but I'm sure it's coming. I mean, for those of you who remember last season, Revo had a bit of an incident with his front wing, pulled into the pit, and then went absolutely like pedal to the metal to try and get back, and ended up ruining Matzoit's race, bumping him into the wall and making overtakes in places you shouldn't be making overtakes, but he made them anyway. But hopefully, being at the front of the grid, knowing that his race pace is really, really good, hopefully we'll be able to keep clean, and we can move, and then we can make it all the way to the end of the race. I can see that one of the Haas drivers is on the grid, so someone's bumped into something. Looks like
It's major pain. Full car grid too, so they're going to have to be extra careful with that.
Oh, Seb is connecting and disconnecting. Ooh. Come on, YouTube. Sorry for not attending. Things came up last minute. That's fine, man. Relax. Relax. Just means you don't get points. Wrecked! No, just kidding anyway. Hopefully, Pacey will be able to fill in the void quite well. We've already got a timing bug, I can see. So hopefully that gets fixed. Oh, someone just punted it into the wall at the back there. Looks like Lotus. So hopefully we can get this fixed, because I really don't want to have a timing bug, because on Monaco it is so hard to keep track when you've got issues like this.
Yeah, exactly. I've got timings on my telemetry, so if the bug continues.
Oh my god, we're going to have to start on board. Oh, no, there we go. I got it fixed. Okay, so we're waiting for the 5 red lights to turn off so everyone can make it. And there it is. AFR is off and running. Here comes Tier 1 as they make their way down. Oh my god, 2 people are on each other already. What is going on?
I just see a racing point go over another car.
There are massive accidents here. Nut is out at the back. Look at that. There's chaos everywhere. Flyboy's lost a wing. Oh, Flyboy gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with T-Mac, and a virtual safety car has started less than 40 seconds into the race.
Not even. That was like 10, 20.
So, Matt, you're not eating a hat. In fact, I feel like you should be paid for that comment, because that was way too accurate. Let's see if we can jump back on the replay. Let's see if you can see here. So there's the start of the race. Everyone takes off, and then almost immediately, the Racing Point and the Haas are like making love down the first turn. So weird. Let's just watch that again. So it looks like Mikau manages to glitch into the car. Jesus Christ.
People with damages, Impulse, Potsy, and Flyboy.
Oh
and Matt.
Oh my god.
That's 4 people with damage.
Oh, that's a clip if ever I saw one. Okay, so the virtual safety car is off. You can see a ton of people coming into the pits. Flyboy has no choice. He's lost his entire wing. And the fastest lap is Seb with a 49 seconds. What? Oh man. There's a good chance that this lobby will have to be restarted.
Well, they seem to be racing as normal.
Can you just double check that? I don't know if you can see it on telemetry, but can you just confirm that Seb does indeed have the fastest lap at 49 seconds?
Seb indeed does have a fastest lap at 49.5 seconds.
I know Red Bull gives you wings, but that's a little bit much. Anyway, we'll have to analyse this. The stewards are going to have quite a job on their hands, but it looks like everybody's in line and racing, so maybe the lobby stays.
Matt, Impulse, and Posse are still continuing with their damaged end plates, although they're gonna have to because track position is everything.
Yeah, you're right. Track position here is everything. As you can see, the two McLarens close together. This is good to see. Hopefully they'll be out. Now it is lap 3, which means DRS is enabled. It's only enabled on this small stretch, but it can be enough to get you past, because obviously turn 1 is the chaos turn. We've already seen it at the start of the race, but hopefully people will be able to keep clean. We can see there's a Sector 2 flag already, and it looks like possibly Shrimp as he comes around.
Oh, the two McLarens are so close together.
You can see Potsy and Pacey racing. They don't look like Seitz and Norris. They look more like a Grosjean and Magnussen at this point. They're teammates, but they're not leaving anything to chance. And the best part is, Pacey is a fill-in driver, but he's driving like there's points on the line for him, which technically there is.
He's gonna be faster because the people in front of him all have damaged end plates too.
Hard on the brakes here into the Nerval chicane. This is the one. Oh, Pacey getting a cut already. 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt him. So hopefully Potts will be able to keep his nose clean and keep that position there for... Oh, we've got a Sector 1, Sector 2, and a virtual safety car again. And it looks like Smitty has crashed. As you can see on the track map, just coming out of Casino.
Oh, he hit that bump. Just out of Casino, there's a little bump, and if you hit it the wrong way, it'll just send you into the wall.
That track has now cleared off. That car has now cleared off the track. The VSC is turned off. DRS is back on. And we're back into the race. Now we're going to have to jump on board with Pacey, who has made an overtake on his teammate. What a job there. And now he's looking to try and get Impulse. Hard on the brakes as they move into Mirabel. And it puts Impulse into the wall. Impulse has now crashed.
Impulse simply had nowhere to go. He just had no room on the outside.
Jesus! Pacey driving like a man possessed. That might come up. Oh, and he drifts now. Hits the wall into Portier. That's going to allow Potsy to overtake. Jesus.
Pacey's got both damaged end plates.
What is happening in this race? Let's quickly go back onto that replay. You can see. So here comes Pacey flying down to Mirabeau. Takes that inside line. Impulse can go nowhere. Bang! Right into the wall. And there goes that end plate.
That's definitely going to be talked about after the race.
That is for sure. Matt, Impulse is going to be so mad. Yep. That's about the surest thing you've said all night. That in turn 1. All right, so Pacey now dropping behind because he's going to have massive handling problems, and that's going to be a problem coming up through Casino. He's got to try and keep himself clean and off those walls. He can't really afford any more damage as it stands. Thank you, Agent Bennett, for 100,000 sparks. What a legend. All right, so let's go through some more of this. Mikau is down in 15th position after that incident at turn 1, so hopefully he'll be able to make his way through. Let's have a look at... jump on board with Greeny there. Currently in 9th position. Jesus, front and left up in the air. Mirabeau, hairpin. Not leaving anything to chance. Seb is now in the lead, but I feel like that might be a timing bug because it says he's 58 seconds ahead, and that can't be right. Another thing we're going to have to deal with, but hopefully we can move on. Thanks, Coach, for the 100 sparks.
Greeny right on the back of T-Mac, but not close enough. If he's daring, you could throw it up at Raskas, but unless you're Charles Leclerc, I wouldn't do it.
And you can see Pacey was ahead, wanted to get into the pits, had to lock up hard to allow Gus and Bandcamp through. So Pacey's in the pits getting his wing fixed. An update on the standings, so we'll have to see how we fix this leadership. But obviously, Revo is ahead, Seb in 2nd, Matzoid in 3rd, Potsy 4th, Bandcamp 6th, and Gus Rules in the Ferrari in 6th position. Hopefully he can stay there. Ferrari haven't had a great Tier 1, so hopefully they can put some serious points on the board, which will help them through the rest of the season. Oof, Ali dropping 50 embers. Thank you, sir. Every little bit counts.
All I have to do is just keep it out of the walls and just keep it clean.
That is correct. The walls are your enemy here.
Especially no penalties. You'll gain a bit on penalties at the end.
So Gus currently 1.2 behind Bandcamp. Bandcamp holding up the position there for Renault. It's a great place to be, 5th. Hopefully he can make his way past. He is catching Potsy ever so slightly. However, it isn't really turned up yet. It's only lap 7. And it's interesting to see, something I didn't comment on, but it's interesting to see how different all of the tyre strategies are. You have a bunch of people on softs, a bunch of people on mediums, and then a bunch of people on hards.
People on hards are definitely looking to go to the end if they can.
All right, so keep this in mind. We are on lap 8, and Bandcamp is getting reeled in by the Ferrari here. The prancing horse in that rearview mirror can't be good. But the problem is, Gus Rules only really has a couple of places where he can effectively make an overtake. And it's risky, because the problem is, you have to commit. And if you don't commit, you could do one of two things. One, you're just always stuck behind, and it'll be like that for the rest of the race. Possibly pit stops could have an issue here, whether it's an undercut or an overcut. Or two, you commit, but then if you don't finalize that commitment, if you don't make that move, chances are you're in a wall. And it could ruin your race, and it could ruin the race of the person you're trying to overtake. So this is something that has to be done very, very calculated. He is within that 1 second mark. It's down to 0.3. This could be something where he'll come around Raskas, try and get a nice straight line onto the main straight, and then smash on that DRS to see whether or not he can catch. He is
Gus Rules gets so close in the braking.
So close. Let's see if he can make it work. The DRS is on, but it won't be enough. He'll have to back off, and it's just going to be this massive cat and mouse game for the rest of the race. Ban just hits the wall with that rear tyre. Ali is informing me that Ban has a 5-second penalty, which I did not see come up, so I will take your word for it.
Yeah, he got that lap light.
Coach, I feel like you need a lot of help from the person ahead to let you make a move. Pretty much. Monaco is one of those on-rails tracks, and if the person in front really does want you to stay behind them, you're staying behind. But this is where pressure comes into play. So Bandcamp, we all know, is the master of defense. He knows his way. He knows exactly where to put the car and when to put the car to prevent these moves, especially on a track like Monaco. But the pressure is real, and in a track like Monaco, your entire focus should be on keeping yourself off those grey walls around the track. So if you've got to focus on the person behind you as well as keeping off the walls, eventually you will crack. And we'll see when that happens. Lap 10 of 39, people are going to start coming into the pits soon. Looks like Matzoid has come in on lap 10. But currently on 8 laps, he would have had that happen before. Gus
Rules just gets so close to the back of Band, but can't do anything.
It is. Now, last year we saw Revo make a move up here through Casino. It was a ridiculous move, but it did work.
He might go for a Mirabeau. A bit too far back.
Oh. So Gus Rules, you can tell he's playing it safe. He's holding his cards well. You don't want to make a risky move because it could completely end your race, and he's in a great position for Ferrari. His teammate Greeny is currently in 15th, so it's not ideal, but even he could possibly make his way through the grid. Monaco.
Greeny's already made his pit stop. That's why he's back there.
Fair enough. Okay, so hopefully he'll be able to make his way through as other cars come in for their pit stops, because Monaco throws curveballs everywhere, and this is not something that you could just bank on as Bandcamp makes his way now through the swimming pool. Gus Rules not letting go of that Renault's back end at any time. And Bandcamp comes into the pit, so that's going to allow Gus Rules to go forward. Now, Gus Rules is on the medium compound, which means he'll be able to do the longer stint. And Bandcamp pulls in. Wahid makes the position change as well. So as it stands, Gus Rules is currently 3rd. As Pacey picks up another 3 seconds on penalty. Jumping back now to 10th position. The last of the point scorers is Potsy. On the hard compound is now chasing Mikau, who was involved in that incident earlier on, who was also on the hard compound. So we'll see if Potsy can make a move at all. Now Mikau is another one of those drivers that does know how to defend quite well. And on a track like this, it's pretty difficult to see Potsy make a move across, but see how it pans out. Great helicopter view there of Mirabeau chicane coming in through Portier into the tunnel. This is another one of those walls. This is one of those exits where you've got to be really careful because a lot of people do end up getting a bit of understeer, not getting the car all the way over and losing that end plate. Hard on the brakes there. Those hard tyres taking all of the brunt. And so
Yeah,
far,
the tunnel, you can really catch off guard.
yes, definitely. And so far, we're seeing some pretty clean racing. I might, actually, no. I'm going to keep eyes here on Potty. Jump on board. Now, Mikau, 0.3. That's going to keep him well enough to stay ahead. But there is one person I do want to see, and that's Greeny, who comes across. Ah, so Pacey goes into the pit, so Greeny will get that position, no problem. They were very, very close. He moves up to 13th. So now he's got to try and chase down Bandcamp, who is currently 5.4 seconds ahead. So up to the Alfa Romeo. Shrimp, who's trying to chase down Nut here. Both on the medium compound, 10 laps in. So the medium compound lasts 12, 13 laps or so. So they'll be looking to come in soon.
Oh, I think the mediums might lost a bit more than that, but yeah, not far off.
So obviously the problem here at Monaco is that your tyres do balloon a lot, which increases the temp, so it's something that you've got to try and keep under control. As Nut makes his way through the swimming pool, and Shrimp trying to stay close, currently 0.6 behind.
Potty too, just right on the back of Mikau.
T-Mac comes into the pits now to take a change. That's going to allow Lotus, Nut, Shrimp, Mikau and Potty. Also, Matzo to make it over. Looks like Bandcamp will take it as well. So that's going to put T-Mac down possibly in a 14th. Looks like he's exiting now. He's probably going to exit in front of Apollo. So 13th it will stay. Just jumping back a couple of positions. So Nut has been overtaken by Shrimp. Oi, didn't even see it.
He just snuck by.
He just snapped by. I was too busy focused on the pit stop. I didn't see the overtake. So Nut is now trying to chase down Shrimp. Mikau and Potty, who are definitely faster, are now going to be held up as Major Payne gets a 3-second time penalty.
Potty especially, he just gets so close to Mikau's gearbox.
And this is where it can all come undone. This Nouvelle chicane drivers, especially if you're behind. See, the dirty air is going to be more. It's going to be much more difficult for that front downforce to put the load on the tyres and to slow you down. You've got to be really careful of the dirty air. So Potts is doing a great job. So is Mikau.
It's mostly mechanical grip through there, but it still does play a part.
So into that DRS zone, you can see a massive DRS train happening behind Nut here. He can't be feeling too easy seeing all those cars behind. So it's Mikau, Potty, Matzoid and Bandcamp. Oh, as Bandcamp looks for a poke. Keep an eye here through Casino. Looks like Matzoid goes out a little bit wide. Bandcamp tries to get her on the outside.
Potty might get Mikau through Mirabeau. Makes a smarter move, he just backs out of it.
Jeez, what a train. 5 cars as they make their way through the Mirabeau chicane. Oh my god, Potsy's in the air! Potsy just launched off the back of that Haas. What in the world?
No one's got damage, thankfully. I saw Band rear-end Matzoid.
Let's have a look at that. So Potsy comes down into the chicane, into the hairpin, and just seems to clip the back of that car. Bang! Right up into the air there. Lucky for no damage. Jesus.
Matzoid with a 3-second too.
T-Mac just picked up one as well as Impulse makes the overtake on Apollo at the back. We've got a Sector 2 yellow flag, which will mean it'll be someone through the Nouvelle chicane, and it's Impulse. He ran straight through, didn't make the corner. That's a 10-second time penalty.
Oh, Potsy almost made a move through Raskas.
Oh, and Wahid picks a 5-second penalty for ignoring a blue flag. God, we're getting penalties everywhere, and a safety car has come out. And that's Impulse. He's off the track. Let's have a look if Pacey can see what's happened. And that's Impulse just stopped in the middle of the track. And that's over. So a safety car has come out.
He's off just after swimming pool. Oh, he's going to be gutted about that.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say he had damage handling issues, didn't make the chicane, and then possibly hit the wall and broke in the middle of the track.
Yeah, even in real life, when you see like Max Verstappen just lose it through there.
That is nuts. Okay, so we have our first actual safety car here at Monaco. Let's jump back with the current leader of the race. Gus Rules currently in the pits. Smart idea. He's going to smash on the hards. Possibly take that all the way to the end. That is... What's that? That's about 20...
Revo's made his pit stop and he's still in first.
So Revo's just taking that. Currently on the medium tyre. Will that medium tyre take him all the way to the end, though? I don't think so. It could if he's got really good tyre management skills, but I feel like the performance loss is going to be quite heavy. However, it is Monaco, so as long as you keep, you know, your wits about you in front, you're guaranteed to keep that position.
This timing glitch is messing with the safety car. Revo had to go buy it.
Oh, you are kidding me, right?
He had to go past the safety car because of the timing glitch. And
Yeah,
Seb,
so
yeah, it would
that's-
only move if Seb was there.
That's going to be a problem. So Revo has now been caught speeding under the safety car. This is something that we're going to have to watch out for, because Seb is considered in the lead.
By a minute, even though it's Revo.
And Revo... this is a difficult one. You can see... Who's that? Major Payne. So Major Payne is sort of ghosted there. So is Gus Rules. And...
The entire field has to let Revo by. He was just going to get stuck at the back.
But I
think
feel as though... Shouldn't Major Payne be allowed to go past the safety car?
to unlap himself.
Yeah, he's at the end. He's at the back. The queue's meant to be formed in order, so I don't understand.
Yeah.
That is Major Payne, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
He's
It
in-
is Major Payne, yeah. So what is going on with this?
Well, if the restart does happen, he's just going to get blue flagged to absolute heck.
Yeah, so Wahid's already been hit with ignoring blue flags. Yeah, okay, and there goes Major Payne. So Major Payne's completely passed. So Seb is in front. Revo's still going to catch up. Revo is... going
Revo's
down
only
through
just at the
Mirabeau
hairpin.
chicane. And Major Payne is disqualified from session for ignoring yellow flags. This is crazy. Big Impulse. Please tell me you got the butt of who hit me. Yes, we did get that. It was Pacey. Wait, you were hit? Okay, that one I'll take your word for. I didn't know you were hit. From what it looked like, it was you had nowhere to turn and you ended up punting it into the wall. But Pacey made an overtake on you. And it looks like that's what...
Major Payne has to catch up, but he just got hit with that 10-second for corner guarding.
This is an absolute mess. And I feel sorry for all of the stewards who have to deal with this.
Who have to rectify at the end of the race, yeah.
So Revo has decided to come into the pits. I mean, what has he got to lose, really?
Coming for the softs.
No, he's coming... Oh, wait, it's just...
Oh, wait, no.
Did he put mediums on? He did. He did put mediums on. So, I have no idea what's going on here, but... whatever.
Just showed softs for me, so...
Yeah.
But he's on mediums now.
He's on mediums now.
4-lap old mediums at that.
So obviously he's pitted twice now. And now he's got to make his way to the grid. Oh man, this is an absolute mess. I really do feel bad for the stewards.
According to my thing, Revo's pitted 3 times.
Soft to medium to soft to medium. Yep. He's just testing out, you know what I mean? He wanted like a fresh go. Alright, so we are lap 18 of 39. Oh god, now Potsy's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
He's behind Mikkel.
Yeah, what's going on? There are massive glitches here.
And
So Seb's massive disconnects have not only glitched the timing table and given him the fastest lap at 49 seconds.
it's also just made Potsy, Mikhail, Guz, and well Revo go around again.
Yeah, it's
And Matsoid.
it's pretty nuts. So there's the queue back there. And you can see, so there's Gus, Mikhail, Potsy, and Matsoid all have to try and catch up now. The safety car is in this lap.
But what about the people ahead? What's that gonna do? Because 2nd to 6th is just out on their own.
Impulse letting us know that Seb might be letting everyone by. They are discussing it in the lobby. Okay, so that means, yes, coach, that's right. Seb's first lap disconnect. He did stuff that. Pacey gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Flyboy. Oof, under safety car. That's not going to work.
Severe collision, although.
Right, so it looks like they're discussing it anyway. So maybe if the lobby does all come up on the same page, they might let some of these drivers pass and reorder the race. And that might fix some of the issues. You can see
We
the
are
time has
racing
come
again.
down.
We are racing again, but Seb's, yeah, he's letting people by.
Yeah, so Seb's time has come down now.
Revo's in the pit serving his drive-through.
Oh, my God. What a mess.
I've lost track of this.
I don't even want to know what the race incidents page is like. As Potsy comes in for a pit as well. Looks like he'll probably switch on to the mediums if I had to guess.
Oh, I know what Seb's doing.
Yeah, he's going to switch on to the mediums.
I know what Seb's doing. He's letting everyone by and waiting for Revo to come back around.
Ah, okay. Yep. That's a good idea.
Yeah, look at the interval going down. That'll fix everything.
I mean, it'll fix a little. There are a ton of penalties here that are going to have to get contested, and I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's going to be quite an issue. Hopefully, they'll be able to use this stream, this broadcast, as evidence, and a ton of people should have their footage captured. So it shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to rectify everything. But man, it's going to be a lot of work. So Revo's still making his way through the grid. You can see Seb coming up on that main line there. He is slowing down. So hopefully we should be able to get everything sorted.
Yeah, he's just waiting. He's just waiting for Revo to come back around.
Band's worried about blocking penalties. Yes, I would imagine so.
Well, he's traveling at 160, so we should be alright.
I'm going to just have faith that Reva's going to end up catching up. Let's jump on board Flyboy. So while this mess has occurred, there is still a race happening at the back. So as you can see, Flyboy, Shrimp and Pacey all very close to each other.
Potsy on the back of Band too. Ooh, a bit of a nudge at Raskas.
So here's where the compounds come into play. Pacey on the hard tyre, Flyboy on the medium, both with 8 laps of wear. We've got a second to yellow flag again.
That's Seb. And Revo's
Yep.
by.
So Revo goes by. So it is kind of fixed itself now. Gus Rules is 15 seconds behind, but at least the standings are as they are. The times have all sort of fixed themselves, so hopefully we'll be able to get clean all the way to the end. Gus Rules gets a 3-second time penalty for car cutting through the chicane.
Novell, yeah. Oh, that train just in the middle.
So there are 5 cars here. It goes all the way from Lotus to T-Mac. DRS has now been enabled after that safety car restart. Not that it matters too much around here, but it's nice to have. Through the tunnel. Hold on the brakes.
They get so close to that inside wall.
Ilja to Sebski. Will T2 be on YouTube? Yes, it will, sir. Or madam. Not too sure. But yes, it will be. I myself won't be hosting it. However, Band will be, and it will be streamed on YouTube. Also, Twitch and Mixer, if that is your person. So Pacey will come into the pits. It looks like he's going to have to make a pit stop there. Let's see. Let's jump up with
Still 18 laps left of running.
Oh, through the Mirabeau chicane, Shrimp almost gets caught in between Flyboy and Lotus. Oh, there's an end plate. All right, so Lotus has hit that wall, and that's going to cause him some handling issues, especially coming into this chicane. Shrimp might make the most of this. Let's have a look. Oh, he's going to go hard on the brakes. It's going to be contact.
Oh, Shrimp.
And there's the lockup. Shrimp tried to go up on the inside. It didn't quite work. Lotus got caught out as well.
Oh no, the same thing happened to Lotus last week too. That's going to get talked.
Yep, that's something we're going to have to watch. Let's see if we can chuck it on the replay. So there it is. A little bit late on the capture scene, but hard lockup. And it's caused both of them to get hit. And the worst part about it is Flyboy got caught with a corner cut because he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was a disappearing gap the entire time, and Shrimp, well, he just braked too late.
Honestly, I feel so bad for these stewards. This is going to be one hell of a week for decisions. Anyway, back on with the race. Lap 22 of 39. Not too long to go now. But for what seems like an eternity.
Combat Rat's definitely going to have a headache doing all this.
Apologies in advance, mate. Alright, so on board with Matzoid. He's trying to chase up Mikau here. Both on the hard compound. Matzoid with fresher tyres. See if he can catch up at all. 0.8 is the gap, so we will have DRS to his advantage. But again, track like Monaco, not too big of one. Revo in front. Seb, 6 seconds behind. Gus Rules currently 10. Mikau trying to close down that gap at 2 seconds. Matzoid trying to do the same. Oh, Zudix, what's happening, my dude? Right, didn't recognize the name. Alright, so far, everything on track seems to be calm. So hopefully we can hold this all the way to the back. Matzoid is catching up, brought it down from 0.8 to 0.5. Hard on the brakes now through the chicane. Ooh, Matzoid goes a little bit wider. He's got to be careful there. You don't want to get hit with a corner cut.
Battle forming between Nut, Flyboy, and T-Mac too. Battle for 10th.
We'll have to jump back on board because that is quite a close race. So we can see Flyboy trying to go up on the inside of Nut. God, a brave thing to do as he come in through Portier. So here's a great view of the battle that is ensuing. So Nut trying to keep Flyboy out of that 10th position. So this is a battle for those to try and get at least the 1 point in that place. T-Mac isn't letting go either. In through to Buck. One of the harder corners of the circuit. It baits you into trying to take it flat. You kiss that wall. And that's an end plate. And you're probably going to pinball into the other side. That'll be your race over. So each of these cars keeping on the back of each other. 0.3 the gap between Flyboy and Nut. Flyboy's going to make the move. He does. It's bloody close though. A little bit of contact happening, but nobody's damaged. And that allows the Racing Point to be in points contention. Now it's up to T-Mac to make the move. Can't imagine Nut's going to be too happy with the first one. T-Mac repping the Rocket Williams. T-Mac through the tunnel. T-Mac taking the wider exit out. Hard on the brakes to the Nobel. Keeping the nose clean off that first wall and the second. That's going to put T-Mac in a great position here through to Buck. Apollo Pepsi. Ooh, 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit white line. That's a first. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in an AFR race.
Yeah, it's very easy to do here. Just
it is.
Around Santa Bo, it's just so tight.
It is definitely. That white line does extend quite long. You might be able to see it as T-Mac and Nut come in here. So if you have a look on that outside, the white line comes all the way out to there, just behind the F1 2019 sign. So it's quite nuts. So T-Mac close behind. Actually, they're going to make just a small jump here as Major Payne here in 15th is trying to chase down this Mercedes. Both of these guys awfully close. Major Payne was at one point down to the 0.1 into the 1/10. As Pacey gets another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Into the tunnel now. Major Payne, whose teammate Mikau is currently sitting 4th. So good points to be scored here for the Haas team so far. Major Payne dropped down to 0.8, jump back up to T-Mac in 12th. He's trying to make the move on Nut. And it looks like he's got a better exit. Out of Raskas and into that main straight. DRS will switch on. And here it goes. Watch as the Williams goes up onto that left side. And he's going to make the move. But can he close it before St. Deveau? Yes, he does. Up through Massenet. And T-Mac will now start, or sit 11th. 2.6 seconds behind Flyboy. Will he be able to catch the racing point? It's going to be a bit of an ask, but we'll see if he can get points on the board for Williams. Jump back to Major Payne here in 15th, who's still trying to get past Lotus. And interestingly enough, also a back marker. You can see Revo right behind. There goes Ghost, so that's going to allow Revo to just make it past. He'll back off, allow the front runner to get through. Good job there from Major Payne. Wahid and Greeny exchanging positions. Wahid goes into the pits. That allows Greeny to get into 8th. So there goes Revo past Lotus as well. Have a look at Shrimp making the move on Nut. Onto that first turn. Through Massenet now into Casino. Great job there from the Alfa Romeo. So T-Mac is now in the points. Good job. Just want to point out, what a hyperlink. Modern Sundere eyeball planking. Oh, never change internet.
Oh, the internet's just an amazing place.
We have a Sector 3 yellow flag. And a safety car. I don't see anyone off the track though. And it looks like it might be one of the Ferraris.
No, both Ferraris still the same, but...
So why is the safety car out on track?
Greeny's going very slowly.
Yeah, so Greeny... Is that a front wing that's ready to be put on? No. He's
That's
just
a
changing
puncture.
tyres.
I think he was on those mediums for 20 laps. I think he got a puncture.
And a safety car comes out? Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm not
God.
sure. I just saw him go really slowly into the pit,
Yeah,
so...
that's the only thing I saw that was triggered. Was Greeny was the only car in Sector 3. He slowed down, went into the pits, and has switched over to the soft tyre. So I guess you're right. But
Either that, and apparently Apollo lost his wing on straight. Apparently that's what Impulse said.
oh man. Okay, so that safety car is actually going to be a massive deal, and the reason why
Yeah, Apollo's front wing is just gone.
is because Revo will have to bunch up, and we're only 10 laps out. It's going to be absolute rodeo chaos when that safety car eventually comes in. Oh, and here come the penalties. Shrimp drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, not keeping himself under that delta. It's very easy to do if you're not paying
He's
attention
not
to
going
your
to be
HUD.
happy about that.
So, oh man.
Oh my
10.
god, just the penalty screen. I'm just holding it.
Actually, for you guys at home, let's have a look, shall we? That's a spicy meatball. Oh. That is a lot of warnings and penalties.
Jeez, this is really gonna spice things up.
Yes, indeed. Alright, so as you can see, everybody is starting to bunch up. It looks like, I believe that's Lotus, who's caught up in that group.
Will Mikael go to lose tracks position to take 25 lap old hards off, or do you reckon he'll stay out?
He could stay out, but I feel like the performance is going to be pretty shocking.
He has 9 laps to go on hards, and he's done 26 on them already.
That's what at 21 laps.
Oh, but
On 2 laps, so he's going to obviously hold them till the end.
Mikael's actually doing alright. He's only on 40%.
So, look at Lotus caught up here. Lotus should be able to go past, right?
Maybe, I'm not sure. Could just be saying stick behind safety car.
Yeah, that's true. He might have to wait for a specific instruction. But I can only imagine how intense this restart's going to be. So as you can see, Seb is now 1.6 behind Revo, Mikael 1.4, Matzoid 0.9, Potsy and Gus Rules are now back in the fray. The only real car that is of any gap is Flyboy there, but that's rapidly decreasing as he catches up to the queue. Lotus is 41 seconds. He's the one stuck here between Lotus and Revo and Seb. Sorry. Luckily, he's ghosted, so it won't cause any real issues as everyone tries to get past. Oh, this is going to be an intense 10 laps. And not only that, but you're going to have to think of fuel loads as well. With all these safety cars, people are going to be running high fuel, which means that they're probably going to pump it up to rich. So they're definitely going to be pushing it harder for the last couple of laps.
Yeah, there's a few people also in the middle of that safety car pack that, because Shrimp is still yet to catch up. Everyone behind him is already in the pack, but they can't go by again to unlap themselves.
Which is absolutely nuts. Impulse saying he started with negative fuel, so someone who sort of thought about the safety car concept. Lap 31 to 39, so we are dwindling down with no indication as to when the safety car is going to decide to come in. Lotus is still stuck there in between those cars. It's going to be a killer restart for him. Gus Rules, a 10-second time penalty.
Oh no!
And that is in one of the worst sections of the course too. It's as you come down into Portier, you've got that paved surface, and the thing is you can ride it a little bit. Looks like Pepsi just got hit with a 5-second penalty as well. You can ride those a little bit, but I don't know. Impulse saying that Revo has a DRS failure. If that's true, that's going to suck. Okay, so the safety car is going to be in this lap, which means it's going to be up to Revo for the restart. Let's jump on board with Seb. Actually, let's jump on board with Potsy. 5 cars back. Lotus is, of course, Ghost, so nobody's going to be really in a problem with him. So is Pacey. Pacey's caught in there. Shrimp just has a collision with Wahid. So as Revo takes off, there they go. So Seb only 0.6 behind. We've got a Sector 3 yellow flag again. What is going on? And it looks like it's Apollo. Apollo allowing everybody to go past. This is going to be so hard for me to monitor, but I'm going to try my best for you guys at home. So, the closest so far is Band and Flyboy here with a 0.3. Seb is doing his best to try and catch up. Potsy and Gus Rules on an even footing. And it looks like Wahid's trying to get Major Pain there in 12th. of speed here for Band. Have a look at this. He's coming up really close. Will he go up on the outside? There's no space. There's a collision there. Hard on the brakes through the Novelle. And he makes it. Flyboy does back off.
Or Team Mac might get him.
And they are very, very, very lucky to get away with that with no damage. Jump up a couple of positions as Matzoid on the 23 lap tyres, hard tyres. Potty with 13 laps on his. DRS has still not yet been enabled for our drivers. So there's a couple of laps that they're just going to have to rely on tow alone. Lotus and Gus Rules both getting penalties there. So Gus Rules is going to get hit. That's probably going to give Band. Oh no, Band's got penalties as well.
Oh, Gus is just going to get hit hard at the end of this.
Have a look at this mad train. Gus tries to go up on the inside. It doesn't work, but it was brave nonetheless. Great job there from the Ferrari. He saw an opportunity. He tried to take it, but the McLaren closed the door.
He doesn't have damage either.
That is a great job by these guys. And Potsy's not letting up. Gus Rules has lost some time there, but Gus is on the soft tyre, which means he will be faster around this track. Through the swimming pool. Through the gears, now they're trying to. So again, DRS has now been enabled. We've got a sector 3 yellow flag again. And it looks like it's going to be back 10th and 11th. As Greeny's trying to make a move. Oh, God, it's so hard for me to keep track of all this. But we're on board with Greeny as he's trying to make a move on Nut. He is ever so close. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it work. Up through Mirabeau. Through Massenet. Getting the corners confused. Potsy does make the move on Matzoid. Up through the chicane. There's a massive pile-up. Gus Rolls gets hit. And have a look. Pacey's making his way through as a ghost. It's crazy. We've got a sector 3 yellow flag. Major pain for corner cutting. Have a look here. Lap 35 of 39. Potsy on the medium tyre. Mikau, his hard tyres are coming to exhaustion. The DRS is on. Can Potsy make the move to Saint Devoux? It's probably not going to work. Revo has left the session. What? Okay, we'll get back to that.
Regardless, that's going to give Seb time to catch up.
So Potsy is now trying to make this move happen, but Mikau is closing the door every chance he gets. He tries to go up on the inside. It's going to be contact. Oh, but luckily no damage. Man, these guys are getting crazy lucky to not get a wing torn off. Revo has joined back in. Seb is only 0.5 behind. Have a look at Potsy. He's looking on the inside. It's going to be brave. Mikau backs off, but Potsy gets the seconds. He gets the 3-second time penalty for cutting that corner. That is the risk that you take. When you go hard, he hits the wall on the inside, and the outside he's lost both end plates.
The AI pit Revo, and Seb also knocked his front wing a little.
Oh my God. 3 laps to go here, and Potsy went with a risky move, and now he has to make it around this track with none of those end plates. The handling is going to be horrific. But has this thrown the balance? Has Mikau's tyre performance just been balanced out by the low handling of that McLaren? Time will tell as we make our way through, but man, what is happening?
Revo's AI just pitted him and put him on 16 lap-old mediums. And he's down in 7th.
So that's going to be a massive problem, because how do you, realistically, how do you fix that? From a steward's perspective, I mean, if you want to go off raw pace time and give it to him then, but that's rough. I cannot believe the AI can beat you.
He was only on 7 lap-old 7, 8 lap old medium softs, and it just pit him
That is rough, man.
onto 16 lap old mediums. So he's
Now, I will have to admit though, let's take a quick look. Have a look at your track map on the right side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. There is a massive train of cars currently moving through this circuit. Seb is ahead, and he's going through the first sector now. Potsy 16 seconds behind, and then the next 6 cars. Oh, sorry, 5 cars. 1, 2. No, 5 cars. Yes, within that 1 second. This is going to be some of the most nail-biting F1 driving you're about to witness. Let's jump on board with Revo.
Is Band gonna let him by? That's my question.
Look, currently right now, as team orders would stand, both runners would just want to finish in points. Oh, Revo goes for a massive cut on the inside. There's bumps with Gus Rules. He's about to force his teammate off the track. Well, not off the track. Can't really be forced off the track here. But anyway, you get my point. In through Portier. So Revo was trying desperately hard to make that position, and it didn't quite work.
He's really going aggressive now. If I get Band, lets him by.
Band lets him by. Band respects the dynamic of the team. So now Revo, he has to try and make up this time, but he's on 17 lap old mediums. Now we know Revo has the pace to make this work, but can he push it back? I just don't see it happening. There's
17
only
lap old mediums are not bad, but it's not optimal. And Guz's wings.
Gus just lost his front wing, so Revo's going to take this opportunity to make a pass. Apollo gets another 5-second penalty for crossing the white line and for corner cutting. What is going on here? Revo looks to go up on the inside, but he knows it won't work. He tries to go up on through Mirabeau.
Gets him on exit.
Massenet, and it's definitely going to work. Oh, Bandcamp's trying to do the same. The Ferrari is now mushed up between these 2 cars. Band looks to go up on the outside.
As well.
Can he make this corner? Massive lockup. That's going to cause Gus Rules to go up onto the inside of the wall. Now they're side by side into the chicane, into the hairpin. I'm losing my mind right now. And Bandcamp manages to make it through.
Side by side in Monaco.
Insane. Gus did not want to let up that position at all. But he
Revo is just scything his way through. He's got by Matzoid now.
Alright, so here's the one we're going to have to watch. So it's lap 38 of 39, which means there's still 1 lap in it. Up through the swimming pool, Gus gets hit with another 3-second time penalty. Definitely the handy, not doing him any favours. Bumps Mick out. Here comes Revo. He'll hit that DRS. Mikau's tyres have got to be close to being absolutely shot. So Revo's probably going to look at a move here through Massenet, but a little bit of a bump sets him back. He's only got this lap to make this work.
He's pushing hard, rich overtake, everything.
So at this point, Revo has the argument. He can make the argument and say, I mean, just on pace alone, he looks to go up on the inside, and it's going to make it work. Mikau gets forced to the left side of the track. You see the hand come up. But Revo makes the position. He's now within the 1 second mark of Potsy.
That knocked Mikau's front wing a little. That might get talked about.
Alright, so coach, yes. So Revo had a disconnect and his AI pit him in and put him on the 17 lap old mediums. So Revo's now having to work overtime to try and make up these positions. Credit where credit is due. He's doing it.
He's back up to the podium already.
And as it stands, it's lap 39. The race is over. Seb will take the win, but the stewards are going to have to come into this, and we're not sure how it's all going to unfold. There is massive penalties that have to be checked, but great job by Revo to try and make it back. Potsy will cross the line in 2nd. Revo crosses the line in 3rd. Mikau in 4th. And have a look, Potsy and Revo, and Mikau makes it all the way to 2nd. Bandcamp shoots his way up into 3rd because of penalties. Matzoid comes across in 6th. Gus in 7th. Flyboy will come across in 8th.
T-Mac 7th.
T-Mac down to 9th. Nut goes up to 7th position.
Nut kept it clean the entire race.
Oh my god, this is too much.
Gus Rules down to 12th.
This is way too much to keep track of. I have no idea how this is going to go.
Major Payne is even yet to finish, so...
See Major Payne coming across the line there now. That is the race done. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Lotus is still out on track. He still has to make this work, so coming around Rascas now with an up through that main straight. Man, what is this race? Ugh.
The race, it's like it didn't even matter. Just everything changed on penalties.
I have no idea. I have no idea how to move, how to take any of this. But look, if we take it as it is right now, congratulations to Seb. Well done. Puts himself on the win. First place podium. Mikau gets his way up there into second, keeping it cleaner than others. And Bandcamp with a podium. Third place here at Monaco. But I'm sure this will all change. Stay tuned. Throughout the week, we'll be able to post those up on the Discord. But do not take what you see right now, because this race...
The stewards are going to have a lot of coffee and a few late nights, I reckon.
Let's just have... Just to point this out. 19 seconds, 14 seconds, 15, 21, 13. We have 7s, we have 5s. Crazy. However, Bandcamp didn't get any penalties. So we were wrong on that sense. Bandcamp kept it clean. That's why he's third.
Revo made his way up to second, had no penalties, but now he's down in fifth.
Oh, I guess I guess he had drive-throughs, and drive-throughs don't count at the end.
He served his drive-through.
That's right. Yeah, so that wouldn't count at the end. So that is nuts. That is nuts. Okay, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen. I don't know how to take it, but we'll move on, I guess. So, as usual, I'm Kuno Zero. This has been Red Panda. We've loved bringing this to you. Hopefully you love watching it. Don't go anywhere, though, because Tier 2 will be broadcast very, very soon. At least for us. Goodbye for now.
Take care, guys.